Peace and blessings, family. I just want to offer some words of encouragement for those of us that are in the process of transformation in our lives. A lot of people are feeling this call, man. Many are being called, few are chosen. Not everybody hears the call, not everybody understands what's going on, but many of us do. We realize that we are being called to transform ourselves from the inside out and to become the highest versions of ourselves that we were always meant to be, right? And that generally comes after a period of being the person that you weren't meant to be. And so you were resonating with the wrong people. And then as you start to transform, those people don't always transform with you. Generally, they don't. And they start to basically think you're crazy or like there's something wrong with you. And this is one of the biggest stumbling blocks on the path of transformation, let's say. Because some part of us doesn't want to be abandoned. Some part of us always doesn't want that betrayal, that sense of abandonment from our old friends. And that's just something that we're gonna have to accept and sort of push through. I've dealt with this a lot myself, where it's like, I know who I want to be deep down. I know that I have this gift, and I know that I'm somebody that was meant to be like a public figure in a sense. Like I have things that I need to give to the world. You know, I have all this stuff inside of me, and I've always felt kind of like held back and afraid to like really shine and really be confident and really like step forward and transform, because I didn't want to be abandoned by my friends, right? So this is something we have to push through. And when you really start to transform and the old people that you used to roll with start to see how different you are, the general response is, man, they think something's wrong with you. Or on some level, they're jealous because they see that you are now in this state of confidence that they've never seen you in. And they're not so confident. And so part of them is maybe jealous, you know? And so we just have to understand that this is part of the process of transformation, is that the old people in your life, they tend to fall by the wayside often. They're not always going to come with you, and you cannot let that stop you. Never let that stop you, because you know deep down who it is that you're supposed to be in this world. And what other people say and what other people think means absolutely nothing. Nothing. Not a thing. So the thing about judgment, when other people want to judge you, so if you have this fear of judgment, like I've dealt with my whole life, you got to understand that when the person is judging you, the person that's doing that, they're the one that's suffering. That judgment is harming them. It's a form of self-harm. So these people deserve our compassion and our forgiveness and our prayers ultimately, because they're locked into this like self-harm zone. If I'm going to go around judging people, I'm only hurting myself, right? And it's a process. I'm not perfect, you know. I do find myself judging, and I do my best to just be conscientious about it and to get back into prayer and forgiveness and compassion mode, because you got to understand everybody's at different levels here, right? So and when you really start to step into your power, people that feel disempowered, they might think you're crazy. But you got to remember that you're not crazy. You are not crazy. One of the worst things you could do is gaslight yourself, man. We get so heavily gaslit in this world that it starts to become our own, you know. You've got to cut that out. You've got to trust what your heart says. You got to trust what God is speaking to you, through you. You know what I mean? The points in my heart. These are things that are hard to express with words, but I think y'all feel me, all right? So stay the course. I know it gets lonely. I know you're going to lose people, but guess what? It's worth it. It's all worth it. Put that on everything. Signing out.